What's going on, everyone? Alex De Silva, Happy as Larry Group. I hope you are well, and welcome to your daily dose of happiness. It is a rainy day today, and nonetheless, it's a beautiful day. It's nice and fresh. The air smells lovely and beautiful, and yeah, it's good, really good. And today, as you can tell, I want to talk about change. I made a little change recently. I can't do much about my hair because that has to be done by a professional. But I wanted to talk about change because change is inevitable. It's absolutely inevitable. Has to happen, always does, happens every single day in our lives, even when we least expect it or we are aware of it. But it seems to be the one thing we are most uncomfortable about. Why is that? Why are we so worried? Why are we so fearful of change? And I've had people come to us and say, I really need to work through my fears. And when we ask the question, okay, so what's your biggest fear? And one of the most common fears is fear of change. I'm like, well, if you don't change, you don't grow. If you don't change, you don't develop. Like, everything changes. One day, the color of your hair is going to change. You know, I'm going to get more gray hairs in my beard. I'm not going to look as young and youthful as I usually do. One day, you know, wrinkles are going to start coming through and I'm going to get older. That's just inevitable, but that's just change. So change is just part of life. Change is just part of everything that we do. So why do we fight against it? Why are we so scared of change? I guess it's because in my experience and what I've seen is, you know, there's so much going on, you know, in the world, and there has been always, and there always will be. There's always going to be something. But with that, there is always going to be change. Now, change, as I said, is inevitable. Now, how change affects us is down to us, because it's completely up to us, and it's down to our mindset of how change either benefits or doesn't benefit our lives. And this is what's important for us to always bear in mind, always put at the forefront of your mind, that when you're trying to achieve something, when you want to do something, when you want to achieve a dream or a goal, when you want to be the best version of yourself, that requires change. When you want to achieve a promotion at work, when you want to finish a project, when you're, you know, in a tight deadline, that requires change. It requires action also, of course, but it's a change of mindset, it's a change of action, it's a change of attitude. So change is not a bad thing. Change is a phenomenal thing, because change allows us to continue to grow and develop and learn all the time. So I wanted to share that because it sort of kept coming up. And when I trimmed my beard down, I was like, oh, that's going to be a big change, because, you know, my beard was really long, and as I started to cut it, I was thinking, wow, this is long. What am I going to do with this? I've been growing this thing for 6 months, and I just fancied the change. I welcome change now. I love change. I don't like kind of getting too comfortable. And this is the issue. We get too comfortable in our own skin. We get too comfortable in our jobs. We get too comfortable in our relationships. We get too comfortable with our friends. We get too comfortable in training or not training. We get too comfortable in eating bad foods. And nothing changes. And one of the things Lucy says to me, and she said it to people before, and I love this, is nothing changes if nothing changes. And that goes across everything. Everything. If you want something to change positively, you have to change positively. You have to take the actions to change things in a positive way. To change things positively, it requires positive action. And that's just as simple as that. If you want to change something, if you're going to change it with negativity, well, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be negative. If you want to change something for positive, then it's going to be positive. So I wanted to share that because change is so important, and we seem to fear it. The fear of the unknown and fear of change. Now you have to just, as I said before, keep it at the forefront of your mind. Change is inevitable. Every day something changes inside us, or inside and outside. Changes around the world. The weather changes all the time. As I said, we get a little bit older, we get a little bit grey. Some of us, enjoy it. Some of us may not. So we colour our hair, we change. So we're constantly changing, but we're also constantly learning and evolving all the time. And that's just simply part of change. So I want you to get used to change and welcome change. Allow change to happen in your life, because if you do, you start to see huge benefits. You're no longer holding yourself back and thinking, and sometimes I've seen this happen too, where I've seen, and this has happened to me, where I've compared myself to others and thinking, at my age, look at how far they've gone. Look at how much they've achieved. And I've started to realize, well, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm making the right changes now, that's what matters. As long as I'm putting the right actions and I'm doing the right things, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to achieve my personal goals regardless. So welcome change, look forward to it, embrace it. It's going to be scary sometimes, of course, depending on what you're going to do. But if you're doing something that is life-changing, then yeah, fear is going to kick in. But always remind yourself, if you remind yourself and say, we're doing this for the right reasons, this is happening, this is good, let's go, embrace it, look forward to it, then you're on the right track. Then you will start to then see, okay, right, okay, well, this is good then. I can take the right steps, like losing weight. I wanted to get in shape. So we started to go to the gym, and then the gym that we were going to, they do, functional fitness. And I thought, wow, this is different. I wasn't really looking forward to this. And then all of a sudden, I'm over 2 years, almost 3 years, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love competing. I love training. And I carried on, even in quarantine, and where we are right now. And I've been doing it online. Why? Because I constantly want to change, wanted to learn something new. What can I do to change? What can I add to my toolbox? Wanted to do a course. Initially, I was going to go to uni in October and do philosophy. And then I sat there and thought, how's that going to add anything to my personal and business life? Personal, yeah, I'm going to learn a little bit more. And it's a fantastic topic, something that I love. But I can learn that from continuing to read books. So I changed my mind and I said, well, actually, I changed my mind and I'm now doing nutrition and weight management to become, a nutrition coach. So how's that going to benefit my personal and business life? Well, I love nutrition anyway. I'm always being inquisitive about it. I love, how we fuel our bodies and doing it in a positive way. And then also, how's that going to affect my business? Well, healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit. That's exactly what we teach people. So that's a huge tool, to add to my toolbox, to my knowledge box. So change is positive. So do something today. Are you sitting at home and are you feeling down and lethargic and you're just like, God, like something needs to change, but you're scared to do it? Get a pen, get a piece of paper and start writing those things down. Start writing down the things that you are not happy with and the things that you need to change. Don't focus too much on the negatives. Focus mainly on positives, on the things you want to positively change. Even if it's something negative you want to change, add it to that positive column, because change is always going to be positive. So get yourself out of that comfort zone and you will reward yourself. You will pat yourself on the back. I do it all the time, because the more and more we get used to doing that, the more and more we realize how limitless we are, how much power we have, how incredible we are. And I say it all the time, we have so much potential. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. I'm finding it in myself now. It's insane how much more I have to give and to learn and to try. It's phenomenal how life is. Even now, even though it's raining, even though we're stuck at home most of the time, although things are changing and it's becoming back to normal, it's still phenomenal. So embrace change, enjoy change, and let me know, what is the one thing you want to change immediately, but you haven't been too sure? What is it, the one thing you want to change immediately, but you've either been too fearful, too scared, or too unsure to change? Make that commitment, make that promise to yourself right now, today, and put it in the comments below. Have an amazing day, afternoon. Good morning, Shell. I'm just about to finish, but it's lovely to see you as always. Have an amazing day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, be great, be fantastic, and be absolutely phenomenal today, and embrace change. It will change everything in your life to a positive, especially if that what you're currently experiencing is making you sad, is bringing you pain. Make sure you, even if you don't know how to change yourself, make sure you get the right help. Make sure you reach out to somebody that can help you make that change. I'll speak to you again very soon. Take care.